opening duels on the last map. There were 26 rounds. That's more than half of the rounds.
Did he win?
He was the guy taking the first. It was half and half, 7-7.
Oh.
But
7 for 11.
But a lot of, there we go. A lot of that was the openings on the attack side where he lost. I think he was 2-6 coming out of that, so a much better defensive side showing from him, and a chance to get another opening duel on the board. Win or lose, it's up to you, and well, it's not an opening, but he gets the pick anyways. A close fight for Profek, but Mini's managed to get the better of him, and Levin doesn't last long in the smoke.
Solid work. BBL versus Liquid did incredibly well on the defense. And a lot of it revolved around aggression, and more so having those retakes in their favor somehow. But this one's actually going very well. Through the smoke, they've managed to pick off 2. Zipan already tagged at least a little bit, and I don't know if they will have seen him already. Kada has retrieved that upgraded pistol, but needs so much more to be found. Tries to be calm, but unfortunately for him, it's Magnum to take home what is now the 3rd of 3 pistols. And I'll be
starting off high.
You turn it up that high, his teammates won't be able to hear him when he talks.
That's true. Well, I think he mostly screams.
Go for this round, mate.
A lot of pistols, a lot of opportunities for mates as well, and they pick up 2 of those duels. Sight is theirs, and recovering the pistols, recovering the rifles in the other way of the Spectre that's in play, a little bit more difficult, but they get there eventually. The rest of the BBL players too far away to deny, and so a post plant, a weapon recovered, and a chance as they get aggressive, but straight into the waiting arms of Yumpy. And if he was loud before, I think I just heard him get a little bit louder again.
Can I get a bit more soundproof?
Squad packing a punch on Levin and Sociable, a Spectre for Magnum. Mates still need to be careful, and it looks like BBL are taking the fight to them. The biggest weapon they've got, the Guardian, right down the bottom of mid already. A stun lined up off contact to the cam. I love this. It's beautiful to start with, but the stun doesn't ever get fired out. It's a little late.
Even still, an early trade. You might think with the gun being dropped, it's not the best, but in these sort of scenarios, just whittling away at your opponents can do quite a lot. A chance for Sociable. He's going to win that fight. Now, that's actually the lurking jet of Click. Now, the gun's not necessarily going to be retrieved, and what, straight through the smoke? That's a little bit overzealous for Sociable. Maybe trying to get back in just that little bit too quick. Now puts things back to a 3v3 for mates.
The dropout's dangerous. There's so many players here, and Mini does well to look up above, taking down Yumpy. The easy fights on the player dropping, and Profek left with it all to do. Look at the HP. They're all so desperately low, but coming in from that angle.
In this scenario, 4 players have bought into heavy shields for the opposing side, so there's only one that will be dead to that first bullet. He's hoping that someone will swing him, but they're being careful with the drone.
TP is not going to be committed on the back of the site. That's a good thing. There were many players ready and waiting. A difference here for mates versus the last map, you can be much more eager to sell those fakes and to play light on sides of the map later on, filling them in, thanks to the fact that you've got all those traps to work around. Levin with no look, trying to pick them off on the Outlaw, or even deal that damage. Click down to 48. But everybody's facing, barring Mini, and Click, and Zipan actually. It's only Kamek and Kata that can take a blast.
But this pause from mates doesn't really give the game away. In fact, it baits them into thinking that they're going in the other direction. I think also the cam, there we go, will give them all that they need. Can Magnum actually get this pick off? No, the bullet's completely missing, eventually gets the job done, and now they'll have the info on the B side. But mates have decided this is the moment to move. This is the moment to try and get into that side, get into the post plant. But with the aftershock going in and Levin still holding that backline, there's nowhere for them to go.
Spike planted.
Plan secured, but yeah, like you said, fully boxed in. They've chosen the better of the 3 options, moving towards just one player. Just Levin. Profek taking some control. That's going to force the movement on the other side. Kamek manages to take him down without a lick of damage, but he's got 4 more coming his way. Try as he might, the shots aren't landing. The big swing coming as all of BBL run into that angle. The defuse found and an immediate response on the round win from mates.
Where they are not in the best position. Hunter's Fury actually could be utilized by Sociable. This has done an awful lot of damage. Kamek almost dead as well. 1 player picked off, and 1 Oh, mortally wounded.
It's always something that divides opinions about going for those early Hunter's Furies, but this time, damage undeniable, making it that little bit easier up against the weaker investment, and with the rifle down, the easy follow-up, Levin has secured this round. A little bit of help from his friend, but the breach is, it's obvious even to the layman. For Gentlemates, decent investment. Like exactly, that's why I notice it. For Click, one away from the Blade Storm. He is the player with the weaker weapon in this round. Still the man leading the charge in a lot of these fights. He's the guy going first to take that duel. And yeah, Yumpy, breach,
going around the
support,
world.
The guy that's going to be usually not taking the opening duels. And he thought he was Levin this round.
He forgot for a second. Had a flashback to running in with a judge on Jet. I'm glad we're not back in those days, if I'm honest. God. A much slower, more patient round. Now, Click needs either an orb or a kill. That's why he's on the pistol. Blade Storm is one away. You can expect to see him dash into the angle, and they've claimed full control of Long, but it has been very passive. Most teams will battle tooth and nail to try and get control of A main and deny that portion of the map. BBL have not been doing that. They have left the Cypher setup. They've sit pretty, and that's the spike, by the way.
Yeah, that's the info for sure. Full commitment from Mate seems to follow that spike right into the A side. Blade Storm looking to pick up a few as it's Kamek to draw blood, rifles in hand. Down goes Kata, the swing and the smoke, not working out with Sociable on the other side and picking up 3 as his classic comes out to close the round. And Magnum is like watching Milan and Pipson back in the day. One guy losing his mind, the other calm as a cucumber. Levin, oh, he's in trouble. He's got players all around him, and he will be dropped in the end. And the shock dart trade out, Yumpy up close. They know where he is, but they found out anyways. A double from behind, and the round back in BBL's hands again. Magnum coming in to save the day as Kamek falls, and Zipan has it all to do. For a moment, a brief moment, it looked like Levin going down, and the kills that could follow may just have turned the tide back into Mate's favor on a low buy. Instead, well, it looks like Mates will get a plant on Zipan, a post-plant Hunter's Fury as well.
They'll get the info
but with 41 HP, Tom, it's not looking very likely that he can take down Yumpy, Sociable, and Magnum. Oh, and he's even been spotted.
This would have to be a huge error. The Hunter's Fury is nice, but if there's more than one player alive, it's going to be very difficult to isolate. We're looking to wrap on him all together, and well, eventually Sociable gets the freeze kill of his entire career.
My goodness. Well, Levin doing his best Yumpy impression. He's gone aggressive.
That would have been 2 for 1 if the Click didn't get that kill.
It could have been, but what could have been for Mates, they'll be thankful that it isn't. A 5 versus 4, Levin in the dirt already. But the push up from Magnum has blown this round wide open. Kamek's, he's gone down as well. They've been pushed on both extremities and lost the fight on each side.
Still going.
Relax.
I think this has just become pure disrespect. We're watching a game of TDM at the moment. Just everybody pressuring across the map. You've got a player in spawn in the form of Magnum. You've got deep control as well from Yumpy. They don't even really need to play this aggressively either because they have Rolling Thunder available for a retake if they need it. I wonder if there's just going to be an attempt to try and find a pick-off contact for Sociable, or if he's literally just looking to hold on to ground.
Yeah, especially with that Hunter's Fury just one away. Good chance if he finds one that this round is already done.
Oh, no.
But it's the flank from Magnum. They're not even looking. And they turn to see him at just the last moment. Now they're looking the wrong way when Sociable peaks. Being played like a fiddle. And it's only one left. It's Click, and he is boxed in on another level.
Okay.
One found, 20 seconds. Spike needs to be planted. Or all of these players need to be dropped. And Profect, patient as always. He spotted him running up the ramp, and he'll take him down from behind.
80% correct. It's only Click that has the heavy shield. So this is basically a 2-shot operator.
It's a really nice investment. And Levin, well, he can fall back onto his Blade Storm if he needs to. Both shots fired out, but he gets aggressive, hoping that could be their trigger point. Hunter's Fury, it's good again! He keeps doing this! How? The blind Hunter's Furies, and they keep hitting their mark. Zipan down to half, 45 HP, no shields. And then that's going to make it so much more difficult for anyone else. Click down to 48 as well. And that blind might have landed, but while they're looking forward, it's the player behind them they should be worried about. Bladestorm for the double, Rolling Thunder. That got them the end zone.
Doesn't get much better than that. It's completely reset the economy of Mates as well. They are sat down with just pistols once again. That's why they did it.
Yep.
It's not just the 1 round, but this is the potential for them to get to 9 on their defensive half.
The ult economy trade-off for the round win, for the economy advantage as well. Yumpy getting one with utility. The Mates yet to land a shot.
Okay.
There's 2 though. Now, it seems like they're in a little bit of trouble. Yumpy able to land 1, but caught out. And a 2 versus 3 that they're left in. BBL facing their first real struggle. The retake onto this site. No real impactful utility to help them. And with Profek in his shadow form, no chance of a trade on Magnum. A 1v3 needed. And keep in mind, like we said, Mates had a resurgence towards the end of the first half of Lotus. That got them the opportunity to at least push to OT. The same could be tagged by a drone, and it can be hard to connect those kills, but doing it off minimap with this level of success is damn impressive for BBL. They've hit a roadblock. Mates put up a round. 8-4 still possible. For the Gentlemate side, that they can aim for nothing less at this point. The A site, perhaps they're reading into it as a weakness, leaving Mini to lurk the rest of the map with the trap behind. They keep the map control. And like we said, this is somewhere that we can see because of the comp. They're not running in one direction and leaving the rest of the map wide open. Mini's lurks alongside his utility give them these options to fall back into space that they're reasonably sure is still theirs late round. Shock Dart going through. We've seen this a lot. That's going to delete the trap and take some of that security out of the minds of BBL as they can easily lose the B site to a walk-up now. Playing heavier on the A side has its weaknesses when those traps fall. But unfortunately, Tom, that heavy A site is about to be pushed into.
Yeah. Beamfo picked up. Hunter's Fury utilized. Levin's going to try and sit within the corner. He's managed to dodge them, managed to get behind, but it's only going to be the 1. Spike dropped to the deck, and Profek just watching on the cross. I don't know if they even realize that he's here. He's managed to sneak into this position, and if they try and walk forward, it could be a problem. Mini is waiting for, but that's a spike down again. A second time that it's been dropped, and Sociable's done it. That should be the round done. It just has to be sprinted for by Mini, and all the Sociable needs to do is just buy enough time to stun. I don't even think he's got this. No. It won't matter anyway.
The jump there. The jump as the stun came in, it cost them the opportunity to plant, but even just a few rounds in between them. 1 left in the half.
Could be a sigh of relief for the squads left to play. But also after having that Turkish derby at the end, didn't want to leave it all down to that. Even still, we've seen this squad fight back. Click with a solid pick, but already the opener going in the other direction. The right Click, not so forgiving at times. Kamik has done well. A quiet performance from him so far. An uncharacteristic one on a map that's been his favorite, but maybe this could be his round. Even still, though, oh, he's going to get picked off. Sociable is just on fire right now.
His utility, his ult says Shock Darts through the wall. He's grabbing them, the reveal, helping him along the way. His whole kit.
Achievable. Now, well, it seems like BBL are walking into a trap. They have won every single pistol, even from a 2 versus 4 in the last. Already seeing a multitude. That's Levin gone. Not a bad start, but the trades are coming back thick and fast. 3-3. Rotation coming in for support, but Mini's taken a lot of damage. Zipan's done well. His 2nd kill, I believe, in the map so far. Really rough series for him so far, but still a chance to wake up.
Yeah, Mates have come back flooding into that B site, but BBL seem to be looking to take this elsewhere. A trap and a cam in their way. But Mates haven't got the read on time. Pacing here for BBL might get them a plant. I don't see a stun online for Kamik. I see a flash, but he goes swinging. He's made a mistake. But luckily, it's not punished too heavily. Sociable, the man of the hour. The one being delivering. He's got a Shock Dart and you're low. Run the hell away. His utility is hit every single time, but look at this. He's not content to just play that position. He could have planted, but instead he goes pushing deep into the spawn and realizes they've gone running. They've taken this elsewhere, and I think he'll put 2 and 2 together and realize they're wrapping around on long. Instead, he's going to go to the A site, a narrow margin. If they'd ran here, they'd be crazy. And he realizes that he should have a free plant with a shock dart still online. And so, look, 35 HP combined top.
He could right-click, kill them both.
Exactly.
Oh, and he's got it spot on where they're going. I don't know if he will have heard any steps, but getting into this close corner, it's going to make things so much more awkward. If they don't clear this, he's dead for sure. Mini, round the corner he goes, a chance for him. Damn them both! And that's exactly what Sociable does! A Red Bull clutch!
Top of it. The casket soon to be closed. Their playoffs dreams fading to nothingness.
Oh, hello. I think if you told gentlemates at the start of the season that a 28-year-old making his debut in the league would be absolutely farming them, I'd say, well, Bosa's having a good game. But no, it really is a ridiculous performance. Someone that I think was maybe a bit of a gamble for BBL to bring in, but someone who has been delivering when they need him the most. A post plant. Of course, they've gone heavier on the rifles. The conversion here is more important than economy or anything else. And for mates, this is a full investment. This is not an eco. This is not a save. This is everything they've got.
Yeah, they can't afford to allow 12 on the board, but on the retake, they meet Sociable again. The fight not going their way as he picks them off one by one, and a 3-piece Sociable.
Nobody wants to get Def and Click getting aggressive, and he's met with Levin. He tried to go toe-to-toe with the Turkish Jet, and unfortunately, that has not gone his way. The players within the site, I'll be honest, there's no better way to put it, they are having a howler. Zipan has been wrecked. Guess what? He's been caught. Kamik is gone as well. And for Mini and Kata, a 2v5 retake with weak weaponry. I don't know how Mini's won that kill from there, but it's at least the smallest bit of hope.
Mates have got to be traumatized by that Hunter's Fury. Every time you hear it, there's bodies on the floor. And another put to bed by Sociable. That's it. 13 to